blue friendship bracelets. Who needs one? So I went out and I made blue friendship bracelets for all of us, and I'm gonna sell them on my TikTok shop.
Have you heard of the Blue Bracelet Friendship Movement? Let's talk about it. This movement started the next day after the election result was announced. Who are the people spearheading this movement? The people of this color. This is what this movement is all about.
Hi, this video is going to be about blue friendship bracelets, and so by default I'm talking to women who look like me. You're welcome to stay if you're not women who look like me, but this is a moment where I want to speak to my own demographic and offer some thoughts. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me very quickly explain. Immediately, like literally the morning after the election, while we're all still reeling from the results and we're seeing the demographics of who voted what, on this app, all over the place, all of a sudden in comment sections and everywhere else, I'm seeing white women talking about how do we let Black women know that we aren't the bad white women? We're not part of that 52% of white women who voted for Donald Trump. I know, blue friendship bracelets, all through the comments, everywhere. People are making videos. People are popping up their little TikTok shops. Literally Wednesday morning, November 6th. This is already happening all over the internet. I have been trying all morning to think of a way to say this to you that's going to be gentle and that's going to bring you in so that you will actually listen to me and not just get defensive and angry and argue and turn your ears off and just put your blue bracelet on. I've been trying so hard to find a way to gentle parent everybody into at least listening to me and considering what I have to say. And you know what? The closest that I've been able to come is this. Cut it the fuck out immediately. That's it. That's as gentle as you're gonna get from me, and I will tell you why. We already did this, gals. We did this in 2016. Safety pins. Okay? After Donald Trump won in 2016, it wasn't just white women, and it actually came from a trend that started in England, and it's a whole thing, and you can look it up on the internet if you weren't like around in 2016 or like aware of politics. But in 2016, the movement was, oh, I'm a white person who didn't support Donald Trump, and I want a way to all the people of color around me and Black people and indigenous people, like I want to be able to, in the streets, so they know I'm safe. I'm a safe place, so I'm going to wear a safety pin. And what good did that do, everyone? Did we save the world in 2016 by wearing our safety pins to let Black people know, especially Black women know, that we're safe, that they can be safe with us? What did we just demonstrate? They cannot be safe with us. And maybe it wasn't me. I voted for Kamala Harris. And maybe it wasn't you. Maybe you voted for Kamala Harris. But that doesn't matter, and that's the thing that they have been trying to gently explain to us.
I'm glad this is coming from a woman of this color. I made a video a couple of days, if not yesterday or 2 days ago, talking about how the results told us people's intention, told us people that are for the movement and people that are not for the movement. Some women in the comment section were not happy. Women of this color, they made some comments and all that. Anyways, I ignored it. What I'm trying to say here is this. If someone has shown you over and over again that they cannot be trusted, then why should you trust them? Why should you include them in your personal struggle, in your personal movement? They've shown you that they never hold on to their end of the bargain. Why should women of other race trust them? This is a question I'm asking, and this question is for the 52% of women of this color that voted for him.
I have thoughts on the blue friendship bracelets, and you're not gonna like it. For those of you out of the loop, there is a movement being proposed where people from a certain demographic who did not vote for Trump wear blue friendship bracelets to indicate that we're one of the good ones or voted for Harris. And this feels very much like a self-soothing gesture rather than anything productive. It feels very much like we can't sit with the discomfort of knowing that our community didn't show up for the assignment, that parts of our community actively worked against this very important group project. And instead of doing the hard work of working within our community to make sure that this doesn't happen again, or working with mutual aid groups where we live to do what good we can, we want to just put on a security blanket. We cannot accessorize our way out of this problem. Let's be honest, people who voted the opposite way will probably wear those proudly as well, because they would rightly be judged. We show who we are by our actions moving forward. That is what I'm going to do to show that I don't believe in the MAGA ideology, and I encourage you to do the same.
I don't really care if I get a lot of hate for this, but the blue bracelet trend is really cringy and embarrassing. And I'm a white woman who voted for Kamala Harris. I'm not sure what started this, but it's not coming from a place of advocating for others, and getting out there and being anti-racist, anti-sexist, etc., not transphobic. It comes from a place of desperation where you're trying to prove that you are not a bad one. That's about you, not about other people. Stop buying blue bracelets and start having hard conversations with your fellow white female friends.
Some of the women doing the blue friendship bracelets might be genuine with it, doing it from a good place. But I believe some people have seen it as a business opportunity to sell bracelets on TikTok shop, because a lot of people are selling the bracelet now and people are buying it. And I think the cost for one is $5.
Blue friendship bracelets, who needs one? So I went out and I made blue friendship bracelets for all of us, and I'm going to sell them on my TikTok shop. And 20% of all of the proceeds from the sales that I make from selling these blue friendship bracelets, I'm going to donate to organizations that Trump would hate. The first organization I'll be donating to will be the National Abortion Federation. And after I sell out of these, which fingers crossed I do, whoever buys the most from this round of sales, because I'm going to have to do it in rounds because I'm a mom and I'm a midwife and I work, so it's going to take me a minute to make all of these. But whoever buys the most from this round, I'm going to let you pick the next charity that we donate to. I'm thinking immigration or LGBTQ, but I'll DM you and we can talk about it. Okay. And if you can't buy a bracelet, or if you already have one, if you could just watch this whole video and just like engage from the bottom up, just so that way this gets pushed out there, I'd super appreciate it. Okay, let's see them. So the first one, she's just a simple little blue girl. Simple, classy, elegant. We love her. This lady, she's got blue rainbow hearts. Love her. She's an ally. Ooh, rainbow beads. Cutesy. Very demure. This one tugs at my heartstrings. It says, I am a safe space. I love that. That way we can all identify each other. And then my personal favorite of the bunch, so that way you can show anybody who voted for Trump what they can do. You can eat my ass. So there we go. There they are. That's the 5 of them. So yeah. So if you want to support a working mom who's an ally, and if you want to support charities that Trump would hate, buy a bracelet from me. There's a link here, and then there's a TikTok shop link in my bio. Happy democracy.
My opinion about the Blue Friendship Bracelet Movement for a good reason. So today I went to a lunch and learn about LGBTQ plus people in my organization that I work for and how we can signal to each other that we are safe spaces. And one thing that really resonated with me, we talked about how sometimes we put those little rainbow stickers on our doors that say safe place. And to me, that's what this feels like. This feels like I'm struggling, I'm heartbroken, I'm dealing with a lot of emotions right now. I live in Tennessee. I regularly do not know who I can turn to talk about politics because I am blindsided constantly by the people I know having radically different beliefs than I do. So something like this is a tiny gesture that just shows, hey, I see you, I hear you, I stand with you, I love you. It is about unity to me, and that feels important, especially right now.
Women who look like me. Come here. I think I get it. You want to be helpful, right? Or you want to like show that you are one of the good ones. I'm glad you want to do something. Don't do this. Not just because it's 100% for your ego and helps 0 people, okay? But as well, if all you've got planned is this symbolic gesture, don't do this symbol because this symbol is used by neo in Germany. Like if all you've got planned to show that you're against a fascist is a symbol, pick another symbol, man. If you do really want to help, take that $5 you were going to pay to get a bracelet, put that money instead into a bail fund, into a mutual aid fund, Hell, put that money into some random person's GoFundMe for their medical bills. Like, any legal or social or material power that you have, and like direct it towards people who need it more than you. If you do want to make people feel safer, if it's actually about making people feel safer, then go out and make yourself a safer person with your actions, okay? There are things to be done, and this will never be it.
Here's what I think about the blue friendship bracelet. It's a nice gesture, but to what end? Like the other lady pointed out, they did the safety pin. So what came out of it? Trying to tell people you are a safe place for them. Does that make the situation better? Does that make them feel better? How about you turning up and getting the job done when you are needed to get the job done? Not you leaving the job and looking for a way to finesse your way from the situation that you refused to handle when you were expected to handle. On the safety aspect of the blue bracelet, the women that have decided to wear the blue bracelet might be exposing themselves to insecurity. This is what I mean.
I just really quickly wanted to add to the conversation going on right now about the blue friendship bracelet. I understand how performative it can feel seeing someone like me wearing a bracelet and not knowing for sure whether or not I'm also being active in my community. But I live in a deep red state. I live in a state where people are flying their Trump flags right beneath their American flags. I live in a state ranked lowest for education. I live in a state that doesn't require a permit for concealed carry. I live in a state that's ranked highest for unvaccinated people due to religious exemptions. I live in a state where people threw fits that other people were wearing masks in public during a global pandemic. Being a blue dot in a red state can feel really lonely. And while I'm going to continue to be active and be loud and be a part of my community to create the safe space that I want people to have, I also want them to know just by looking at me that I'm someone that is not going to cause them harm or want to cause them harm. I really also want anybody who subscribes to Donald Trump's ideology that I'm not safe for them. I want people to know that they are going to be uncomfortable around me and that they are not allowed to speak their hate or their bigotry around me. That I am not someone who is tolerant of their beliefs. My husband and I debated for a while about even putting stickers on my car. We didn't want to put myself or my kids in danger, but I drive a minivan with 3 small children, and I didn't want anybody thinking that I was one of them. And while I was really nervous about it at first, I've come back to my car with handwritten notes about people telling me that it made them feel less alone here. I've had women stop me by my car to tell me that they appreciated that I had stickers and that they were too afraid to put some on theirs, but that it was really helpful to know that there were others like them here. I'm gonna wear a blue friendship bracelet. I'm gonna wear a blue safety pin. I'm gonna continue to show up and volunteer and be part of the communities that I want to protect. And I'm also going to continue to be loud and annoying and obnoxious. I'm raising 3 small boys who need to know that it's never okay to not speak up for those who need it. But I also need to remember that we need to be safe. And so if there are small things that I can do, and there are small ways for me to contribute to others feeling comfortable, then I'm going to do that.
Let's address the other side of the blue friendship bracelet. People of this color are trying to make women of other race, especially women of this color, that they are extending a hand of friendship regardless of what the outcome of the result of the election was. Oh, we are together. Oh, I'm not part of those bad people. I'm not part of those 52% of women that did not support, that did not show up for the assignment. That's the main idea about this blue friendship bracelet. So please do not put us all in one category. Do not put us all in one box. We have the good people also. So don't think all of us are bad. Don't feel unsafe around us. Like they've already explained, that's what this whole stuff is all about. So the question here is this: are women of other race, especially black women, are they buying this? What are they saying? Let's hear from them.
There's some lessons that are being taught. You see, that's the wonderful thing about the universe in karma. It doesn't prefer one person over another. If there's a lesson to be taught, it is going to be taught. You know, you'll get the opportunity to avoid things somewhat if you listen to the lesson the first time, but every time that you don't, it gets worse and worse. Here we go with the friendship bracelets. Those blue ones. What? I personally haven't seen a friendship bracelet since the 80s because I'm an adult. There are a lot of white women who are purchasing them. And honestly, the person who came up with that idea, business owner to business owner, that was a great idea and it's going to make you a lot of money. Congratulations. But as this is getting out and black women are saying, we don't give a damn about your bracelet, white women are pissed. But here's the lesson. You are feeling uncomfortable because people are looking at you in a certain type of way, based on maybe not you, but the actions of people who look like you. Welcome to our world. It hasn't even been a week yet of how that feels, and you are uncomfortable. That has been every day of my life for all of my life. My family integrated a whole side of town, not just a neighborhood. So I know, as well as every other black person, what that feels like. I remember watching the news in the morning to see what crimes happened and praying that it wasn't a black person because I knew I was going to be treated poorly based off of what someone else did. There was a lesson. Some of your buddies, maybe you, didn't listen, and now you're all getting the lesson. And other lessons will be taught as these next 4 years go on. And, yes, black people will be caught up in the bullshit but we were built for this. We understand how to thrive and survive. And that is what we will be doing, just like we have done for the past 400 years.
Blue bracelets. You want to know why everybody's calling it performative? Because where were these blue bracelets before the election? I'll wait. It would have been nice to have those blue bracelets repping and being allies to your own community beforehand. That's why it's called performative. The fact that we even have to explain that is part of the problem here. Y'all are in the comments saying, well, what else can we do? What else can we do? Well, I don't know. You tell me. You're an ally, right? Where are all the ideas? Because as we said before, we are not doing it anymore. We're done. We're sitting the next 4 years out. It's your turn. But again, just like we're used to, nobody takes black women serious. And there lies the problem.
Let's talk about it. I had no intention on making a video today, but seeing as how this is gaining lots of traction, I just really want to say this. And this is going to be the only thing I speak on this subject, okay? The reason that it's bothering me and the reason why I want to put my 2 cents in is because this post-election trauma is so raw and there's already division because of it, okay? But now there's division and drama with this new Blue Bracelet Movement, okay? Because there's people on one side saying, I want nothing to do with it. This is dumb. And then we have the other people clapping back saying, well, we just want to show our support. Like, what's the big deal? Everybody's entitled to their opinions, whatever, okay? But I get that this trend is white women. From my understanding, I'm speaking for myself and these opinions are my own. I am not speaking for everybody, okay? So I get that this trend is white women wearing blue bracelets as a symbol of allyship. And I respect that people want to show their support. It's a choice and it's your right to choose how you want to express your solidarity, right? But here's the thing. Without action, the bracelet is just a symbol, okay? And symbols don't create change on their own. Real allyship isn't about what we wear. It's about what we do. Okay, so a bracelet can show people that you're in their corner. Okay, I get it. But if it's not backed by concrete actions, we're talking listening, learning, speaking up, and using your privilege to make change, it's just that. It's an accessory and it's just a symbol. It's easy to wear something, but it's a lot harder to put in the work and have those tough conversations. And if you truly want progress, and I feel like some of you do, and your heart is in the right place, that's what we need most, okay, is action. So if you're serious about being an ally, then let the bracelet remind you to take action and not just be seen as supportive, because action is where the real support lives. Okay. We don't need this negative energy surrounding freaking bracelets. Okay. Self-education is really important for what we're going through. Be educated, take action, and just, okay. All right. Have a beautiful day. And don't forget to stay hydrated and do something that brings you joy today. Bye.
Action is the focus. Action should be the focus, not lip service, not making empty promises, not saying things you know you are not willing to do, not coming around making people feel like you're part of them and at the end of the day you betray them, not coming around looking for ways to deceive people, to make people believe, oh, we are together, and at the end of the day you leave them hanging. No, that is not acceptable. As humans and as women, let's learn to stick to the plan. If you make promises, try as much as possible to show up, and if you know you're not going to show up, don't make promises, and let the people you made that promise know that, oh, I'm not going to show up. I know what I'm saying, because this is a pattern. Trust me, in the next 4 years this same pattern is going to repeat itself, because people are voting for power and race. If you'd love to watch more videos like this, click this video to watch men react to the women's 4B movement, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.